Welcome back to the show. We're standing here now with Zahir, who has brought in all these cars. Zahir, you just finished his time trial. How'd you do?
I did very well. I was very nervous because I'm not familiar with the braking zone and the width and the length. I mean, I know technicality, but when you're practically on it for the first time, it is a little nerve-wracking, but I really enjoyed it, and I can see that there is absolutely no reason why you cannot just wait on the floor with your pedal to the metal and take the car as fast as you can. So we will do this later. I'm going to do it 3 more times. Yeah.
Okay. What speed did you get up to?
I got 350.
350?
Yes.
And so, do you have the top speed of the jet?
No, top speed of the jet, I think the advantage is on the takeoff. While the jet is still thinking, waiting to take off, I'm gone, it's okay.
All right, and I mean, not everyone here is racing the jet. Some people are just trying to break time trials as well. Who are these drivers?
These drivers are potential exotic and supercar and fast car owners that just want to see what the car will do. So they're passionate about enjoying and loving their cars and seeing how they will perform today.
What do you think the appeal is of driving really fast cars?
It's just a youthful feeling. It makes you feel young because, you know, life as you get older gets tiring. I mean, you get old, you get tired, but when you get in a car, the adrenaline, the testosterone level you have, and you go through the emotion about the feeling speed gives you, it just makes you feel very youthful, and this is great.
The Ferrari Enzo is Zahir's favorite car in the world. Off the dealership lot, this car is valued at $1.5 million, but recently Zahir's taken it to Germany for modifications, upping its value to just over $2 million, and also giving it the title of fastest Ferrari in the world, maxing out at a whopping 392 kilometers an hour.
My engine is a 6.3, it's a big engine.
But even at 55 with a need for speed, Zahir has never raced a fighter jet.
No, it has always been my dream, and somehow it's come true, so we're going to find out.
But Zahir isn't the only one vying to beat the jet. 6 of the highest bidding drivers are also getting the opportunity to race the F-18. Question is, can they possibly beat it?
I'm pretty certain my Celine is going to beat the jet from a start to where he actually leaves the ground. After that, of course, the jet's going to blow us all away.
Going to put my foot in her and keep it there all the way through.
We're just way faster. We're sneakier, actually, you see. We're down low. We're going to sort of outmaneuver him. He takes huge amounts of room to maneuver. Us, we're going to just get through it.
I'm probably not going to beat the jet, but I'd like to get my picture beside it, so that'd be cool.
I'm going to do everything in my power to beat the jet, but it's just going to be fun trying.
Even though only 6 of these drivers get to race, the other 80 drivers are trying to break the 300 kilometers per hour barrier. Most drivers here are trying to see how fast their car can really go. But for that, they need a little help.
We, the instructor, are the boss in your car. Your ego stays outside.
These are the driving instructors. One will be in every car, flying down the runway, telling drivers when to accelerate and when to brake. For some, it's been a long career, but have they ever seen a car race a jet?
No, this is in my career a first. I've seen a lot of pretty spectacular things, but that event organized by ZR Auto is really unique, and I'm excited to be part of it.
Now, I mean, you're a driving instructor for these types of cars. How do you get to be an instructor for these kind of things?
Well, usually we come from the racing world. You know, we were racers ourselves, and as you get a bit smart and older, you decide, well, maybe it's time to share the chance we have, that knowledge, and I like that. You know, I always did that for many, many years. I had my own supercar driving school. So this is something that's easy for me to do, and I enjoy doing, sharing my experience.
How long does it take to learn how to drive a car like this?
You know, it's a process. You know, you don't jump in those cars overnight. You step up from different class in the lower, slower car, and you progress like this. And hopefully, if you have enough common sense, you go to a driving school, and so you improve and get up into speed.
So what's the biggest difference between driving, just your regular car on the street and one of these cars?
Well, those cars the reaction of those cars are much faster than any car you see on the road. So you have to be, conscious that when you step on the throttle, they react much faster. Okay. They handle better, so you can drive faster. And you need to know how to do that. So it's a process. It takes time to learn how to enjoy such a machine.
And how does one of these things handle? I mean, have you broken 300 kilometers per hour?
Oh yeah.
What's it feel like?
Well, I'm used to do it, for many years, because my race car was going over another 300, even 320K. You get used to. It's a question of eye coordination, get used to it. And we're gonna really spend our time with each driver. We're gonna have an instructor on each run with each participant and explain to them what to do and mainly what not to do. And focus on what's going to happen, because things happen extremely fast. At those speed, you cover every second a football field length. So you got to be really focusing on what's going to happen. And that's why we're here next to the guy to explain to him what's going to happen and what he needs to do.
As Roland says, lose your focus for 1 instant and things could go horribly wrong. These cars are expensive and the risk is huge. So who are these fast-paced daredevils?
You know what? You don't have to be anything to drive these cars.
I make pizza.
Manage a AV store.
I don't do much anymore.
We have a little oil company.
I'm a cook. I design eyeglasses.
It doesn't matter what you are, as long as you're an enthusiast and you love going fast.
Roberto's love of cars started when his brother bought a Camaro Rally Sport when he was a teenager. Robert used to beg his brother to let him wash it. Now he's racing down the tarmac in a car that maxes out at 275 kilometers an hour. Although the fastest he's ever gone is 250.
You know, surprising enough, the faster you go, the more harder it gets to go just that extra kilometer an hour. You've got more wind pressures coming up. You know, the track runs out a hell of a lot faster, and your engine's being pushed to the max.
But the max is what the drivers want. Brian is a CF18 pilot during the week, but this weekend, he's pushing the limits on his BMW.
Doing it at 30,000 feet, you don't really get a sense of the speed. Down here on the ground when you're going the speed limit, it's you get a lot better appreciation of the speed.
After experiencing the runway both in the air and on the ground, what's Brian's bet on the Enzo versus fighter jet race?
You know what? I'm going to put my money on the jet. I'm sorry. There's tricks that the jet can do to lighten its load, so to speak, that'll allow it to outperform pretty much any car on the planet.
Some of the jet racing hopefuls would agree with Brian, but that doesn't mean they're giving up the chance to try.
It'll be something that'll have a legacy for family and kids and grandkids and stuff, so that's why I did it, and I think it's just a lot of fun.
It's just, I think, a dream achievement, a fun thing to do, and a good memory when I'm old, 80, 90. One day I look back and say I used to have fun in my life.
But even so, with the fastest Ferrari in the world, Zahir is confident he'll take the race.
Yes, I think I'm going to beat the plane. I'm going to beat the jet, forget the plane. It's going to be good.
Here with me now is Major Travis Brassington, who is going to be our pilot in the big event tomorrow. So I understand you will be flying something similar to this, and it's called the CF18. What can a CF18 do?
Well, the CF-18 is Canada's only and primary fighter attack aircraft in the military.
Okay.
We provide offensive air power for Canadian missions at home and abroad. On a 24/7 basis, we have F-18s on alert for NORAD protecting Canadian skies, and if required, we would deploy overseas or wherever needed to achieve government objectives.
So it's a pretty bad plane then.
It's pretty neat. I mean, it has some teeth. It's obviously got some looks, you know. Slightly better looking than a Ferrari Enzo, but yeah, it is.
So I guess the big question of the weekend really, can a car go faster than a CF18?
You know, it's an interesting question, and I've sat down and done a little bit of math, and you take a look at the specs on the Ferrari Enzo, courtesy of Wikipedia. You know, where else are you going to get it from? And Wikipedia's quarter mile, and the F-18 really doesn't have a published quarter mile time, but I think we're going to do okay. I'm not too concerned.
Have you done anything like this before?
I have never raced a car in a fighter aircraft before.
You can say that safely.
I can safely say that. Have I thought about doing it? I think we all have to an extent, because we've seen it, you know, here and there. They've done it before, so it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it.
So what do you think your chances are? I mean, the first race you're going to be starting from the ground, yes?
Correct.
So that'll be a little harder, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were talking about it earlier, that it's much like that Ben Johnson racing a horse kind of thing. The horse is going to take it in the long run, but Ben's got it out of the chocks. I think the Enzo is going to have it out of the chocks.
Okay.
But over time, his top speed is nowhere near my Mach 2 top speed. So I think the course that we have is long enough where the F-18 is going to come out on top.
And so what about the rest of the races? So you're not coming down after that, right? You're going to be up in the air and then you just keep circling? Is that how that works?
So we're going to run a handicap for myself. So we're going to call, you know, 2.2 of a mile or 0.3 of a mile back from the beginning of the runway to start the car down the racetrack, and then I'm going to try and catch up with them and beat them afterwards.
What's in it for you? What do you get if you beat the car?
You know what? Nothing, other than an opportunity to. It's an opportunity to give back. I mean, you come up here to Cold Lake, and we're obviously somewhat in the middle of nowhere. Not a lot of opportunities for the fighter community, forces in a lot of instances, to share with the public and get to experience their military. So it's an opportunity to give back and say, hey, this is four-wing. Yeah, it's not necessarily what an F-18 would do on a day-to-day basis, but it definitely introduces the public into and the community at large to come to the wing and take a look and realize that we're real people. We're very proud of what we do. We're good at what we do. We like what we do, and it's an opportunity to give back.
Now your F-18 is pretty cool. Have you ever thought about driving an Enzo? I was always a Lamborghini guy when I was a kid, you know, back in the. So no, I haven't thought
the Enzo, but you know, if I was given the opportunity, yeah, I'd take it.
Do you have a strategy at all for tomorrow?
Kick the tires, light the fires.
That's it, that's all?
That's pretty much it. I mean, the airplane does most of it for you, so it'll just be a wide open throttle run down the runway as fast as we can go.
Well, it's going to be an awesome event tomorrow, and I can't wait to see you race those cars. I wish good luck for you.
Thanks, I'm looking forward to it.
Supercars versus fighter jets, the race is on. Coming up on Around the Region.